Hello and welcome. My name is Julie and I'm a children's librarian at the Public Library of Brookline, and I'm here today to show you how to set up and use the library sewing machines. Let's get started. You'll need a sewing machine from the library, some thread, fabric, a pair of scissors, and a pattern or idea. Start by unpacking the sewing machine box. The library has a Brother CS6000i computer sewing machine model. You'll first pull out a foot pedal, a power cord, the sewing machine operation manual, and then you'll remove the protective cover over the machine. I'll also mention that we have 3 additional sewing kits that you can check out for special projects. First, the needle kit filled with additional needle sizes. Second is the quilting kit filled with a special quilting presser foot and accessories. And the third is the special kit with additional sewing presser feet and other clips in there. You can find out exactly what's in these pouches by asking a staff member. To get started with the machine, you'll first plug the power cord into both the machine and into the wall power outlet. Then you'll plug in the foot pedal to the back of the machine, and then you can set up the foot pedal beneath your workstation. Make sure you're at a table where you can reach the foot pedal, because you're going to need that to operate the machine. You can flip the switch on the right side of the machine to turn it on. You can adjust the stitch type by using the arrows next to or underneath the digital display. You can adjust the maximum speed of the needle by sliding the tab to the slow, medium, or fast positions. Now it's time to start setting up the machine. You can find an additional bobbin and seam ripper in the hidden compartment on the base. Simply slide the chamber to the left and take out the pouch. You'll likely need to remove the bobbin in order to load it up with the correct color thread. To open up the bobbin chamber, slide the tab to the right until the gray plastic cover pops up. Slide the cover off and put it nearby. Then you can reach inside and gently pull out the bobbin. Hopefully there's already an empty bobbin available, but if not, you'll need to unwind the thread on an existing bobbin so you can add your preferred color. Next, I'll show you how to thread the bobbin with your preferred color. Start by threading the bobbin from the inside up. You want to be able to pinch the thread above the bobbin when it winds, or you can tuck it into the bobbin holder on the top of the machine. Then you'll place your spool of thread on the spool pin sticking out of the top right corner of the machine and wind the thread around the circular metal disc on the top left side of the machine. This is called the thread guide. You'll then place your bobbin on the plastic pole on the right side of the machine and switch the machine to bobbin mode by pressing it to the right. Make sure the end of your thread is secure, then gently press down on the foot pedal to start winding the bobbin. After a few spins, the thread should be secure enough to let go of the end, and then you can continue to wind until the bobbin is full. I only needed a little bit for this video, so there's still plenty of room left to wind on the bobbin. Next, I'll show you how to thread the needle of the machine. Start by putting your spool of thread back on the spool pin. Then wrap your thread under and over the thread guide on the top left side of the machine. Bring the thread down the slot on the right first, before bringing it up the slot on the left. Then you'll need to catch the thread in the metal hook that you can see just inside the left slot. Tuck the thread behind the metal arm near the top of the needle. Then, to thread the needle, pull down on the lever on the left with one hand, while you catch the thread on the bottom of it with the other hand. Pull it tight, then slide the thread between the tiny arms near the eye of the needle. Gently release the lever while keeping one finger near the eye of the needle until it pulls the thread through. Alright, the hardest part is over. Next, we'll thread the bobbin. Pop the plastic cover off if you would put it back on. Then place the bobbin in the slot with the tail end of the thread towards the left. There's a picture on the machine to show you which direction you need to put the bobbin in, so pay attention to that. It should unwind towards the left. Then follow the directions on the machine for looping the bobbin thread around twice so it catches properly. Place the cover back on, then pick up the tail from your needle thread in your left hand. Gently turning the hand wheel with your right hand, you'll use the needle thread to pick up the bobbin thread from its chamber. Once you get a small tail end of it up, use your fingers or a pin to grab onto it and pull it to the same length of a tail as your needle thread. Let's see those two parts again with a closer view. Once again, we'll use the lever to help thread the needle. Once you get the loop through the eye, continue pulling until you've created a tail end. For threading the bobbin, you can see better the picture on the machine and the directions you'll need to insert the bobbin. Insert it with the tail to the left and wind the tail through the 3 or 4 loops and steps shown. It'll snip the tail of it if you've wound it around correctly. Pop the cover back on. I always tuck my needle thread underneath the presser foot so it stays in place. Then with my right hand, I'll turn the hand wheel so I can catch the bobbin thread with the needle thread. Reach for the bobbin tail and pull it through until you get a sizable length. Now we are ready to sew. Grab your fabric and line it up with the measuring grid on the right side of the needle. Pull the lever that's on the right side behind the needle to the down position to put your presser foot in place. Make sure your hands are out of the way of the needle, then gently press your foot down on the foot pedal to start sewing. Press and hold the reverse button to sew backwards, which helps makes the stitching stronger, and is recommended for the first and last stitches of a side. To remove the fabric, pull the lever back up and turn the hand wheel until the needle is out of the fabric. Then pull it carefully to the left of the machine and use scissors or the blade on the left to snip your threads. Here's for a different angle. I'm starting with the reverse stitch by pressing that reverse button. And then I'm going to change the stitch type by using the arrows near the digital display. I'm going to use this diagonal stitch as an example here. So I've adjusted it to stitch number 3, and now I'm pressing down on the foot pedal to start stitching. All of the different stitch options are shown on the front right side of the machine. To remove the fabric, I'm going to use the hand wheel to take the needle out of the fabric and pull the lever to the up position to release the presser foot. I'm going to gently pull the fabric away and use the handy blade on the left side of the machine there to snip the threads. You might need to adjust the stitch length or the pressure, and you can read more about how to do that in the operation manual. The last thing I'll show you is how to remove the presser foot. If your thread gets tangled or if you're using one of the special feet from our extra sewing kits, you'll need to remove the presser foot. Press the black button on the back of the metal that holds the presser foot while it's in the upward position to detach it. To reattach it, or a different presser foot, position it underneath the metal and press the lever down so it snaps back into place. There's a little rod that will fit perfectly into the arm, so just give it a couple tries if you can't get it. Pull the lever back up and wiggle it to make sure it's back on properly. Sewing machines are incredible time savers and are so useful. Repair seams, attach buttons, or attempt a larger project like aprons, masks, or even quilts. Remember that you can always rethread the machine or pull out some stitches if you make a mistake. There are even more settings and stitches you can discover by reading and referencing the machine manual, so definitely utilize that. And don't forget to check out all the tools and machines in our ideaSPACE collection at brklib.com/ideaSPACE. Thanks for following along and happy making!